video for the second page. We're going to do number 3 and 4 and number 5 if we have time. And if not, you guys, I will post this later, okay? All right, on number 3, take a look at the graph. Is that a growth or a decay? This is a growth. Now take a look. You're going from far left to far right, so what is your domain? All real numbers, or you can write negative infinity to positive infinity, okay? Let me see if I can make this just a little bit bigger. Here we go. For your range, now take a look, okay? This is your asymptote right there. You see how it's approaching it, but it never crossed? There's your horizontal asymptotes. So what is your range? Your range starts at 2, not including 2, and it's going to go all the way up to positive infinity, okay? In behavior, so we're going to write limit, x is approaching negative infinity. As x is approaching negative infinity, it's heading south, but there is something stopping it. What is that value? 2. Okay. Your right side, limit is approaching positive infinity. As you're heading to the right, it's going all the way up. Is there anything stopping it from going all the way up? Nope. So that is positive infinity. Okay. According to this graph, what is your x-intercept? There is not one according to this one. If you do, you can go to your table. Okay. Your y-intercept, where are you crossing the y-axis? At 0, 3, not 3, 0. If it's 3, 0, it would be your x-axis. Okay? Okay, and where's your asymptote? Y is equal to what? 2. And there you have it. Which part? Because if you look at this graph, you see how it keeps going down? Okay? And you notice how it's never crossing 2, but it's approaching it. Here's another way you can look at it. If you graph this on your calculator, okay, just like I have, you're going to hit second, and there's your e, raised to the 0.5x, right click, plus 2. That plus 2 moves it up 2. Okay. Now, if you hit graph, you kind of get what the graph looks like. Did you get the graph? Now, I want to point something out. This is how you can tell. You want to look up here real quick? All right. When I have the graph, okay, look at the graph. If you hit second table, you see that right there? All right. Look at your y value. You see how it keeps going up. But if you go in the other direction, look, it keeps saying 2. It's heading toward it, but it never crosses it. And that's how you know. That's one way you can look at it. Or you can just look at the graph and see where that line could possibly be.
So if I get stuck in the graph,
Correct. But it's the one that's repeated here. Because it rounds this, is what it does. It's like 2.000000145, whatever. It's okay? So you can do that. All right, number 4. Here we go. On number 4. This is considered a growth because if I were to draw a linear, you see how it's going up? This is a growth, okay? See how it's going up? Your domain goes from negative infinity to positive infinity. I hope you're starting to see a pattern with exponential. Your range, where is your range? Well, this one starts down here. What is down here? Negative infinity. How high is it going? Do you see how it's approaching negative 2? But never crossing it. So it's going to go to negative 2, but never crossing it. Do you see how I'm just drawing a line across? Okay. And then look at your y value. All right. You're in behavior. X is approaching negative infinity. As x is approaching negative infinity, this one is heading southwest. Which way is it going? It's heading south. Boy, I'm about to take somebody's phone. That should be fun. In behavior on the right, limit is approaching positive infinity. As you are heading to the right, you're heading north. However, is there something stopping you from going all the way to the north? What value is that? Negative 2. Okay. Does this one ever cross the x-axis? Look at your graph. No, so you put NA. Where is it crossing the y-axis? At 0, negative 3. Right here. That's 0, negative 3. See it? Okay? And your asymptote. It's a horizontal, so it's going to be y. What is the y value that that line keeps approaching? At negative 2. And then you have graphing for number 3 and 4. Okay? Now, on number 5, it wanted you to come up with 5 logarithmic equations and then to rewrite it in exponential form. So I went ahead and just did 5 of those. See if you guys can rewrite them. Okay? However, could you use any other number? Absolutely. Could you use any other problem? Absolutely. Just make sure you simplify your answers as you are doing it. Okay? So here are different scenarios. Keep in mind, if you don't have a 10, if you don't have a base, what is that base every single time? 10. So make sure you know that. Okay? So I just rewrote it as 10 to the x is equal to 4. And if you really want to solve for it, you can, but it says give it as an exponential. Number 2, notice the 4 is in front. If it's in front, what do? You move it to the exponential position, and then you go ahead and finish it, and that comes out to be x is 12. This is an acceptable answer as a logarithm. This answer right here is your acceptable answer, okay? But if you go ahead and finish it, that's fine. But this is the right answer. That's fine. Just make sure they're kind of different ones so you recognize it. Now, if it's a natural log, remember natural log is the same thing as log base of e. So I wanted you guys to have a natural log in there as well, okay? So natural log's base e, and you can write it as an exponential there. On this one, I gave you a base. This is 3 squared. This is actually the answer I would like. However, if you finish it, that's fine. 3 squared is the same thing as 9, okay? But since it says give it to me in exponential form, this is the answer I really was looking for. Next one, I added a fraction of an exponent. You can move it up front, or you can take a cube root of 27. That's what I did, okay? And the answer for this one is actually 3 to the x is equal to 3. This is the answer I'm looking for in exponential form. However, if you go ahead and solve for it, that is fine, okay? So just keep in mind, you need to read the direction. It says, give me the answer in exponential form. So this is the part I was actually looking for, the one that's highlighted. So just keep in mind that was what I was looking for. This is exponential. All right, you guys been great. We got about 3 minutes of class, okay? And I'll try to email you guys the videos to put on my iLearn as soon as I get it done. Any questions? Great second period.
Bye, YouTube.